Okay, so right now, make sure I've got that on. Okay, so right now, we're going to look at doing some translations, okay? So, or I'm sorry, some dilations. So this chapter right here is going to focus on kind of going back, reviewing the different movements we've seen, the translations, the dilations, the rotations, and the reflections. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a dilation. What it's asking us to do is take these coordinates, draw them, and then we're going to make it 3 times bigger, okay? Dilate it 3 times larger. So first, let's look at this. I want to write this information down because it's really important. Take this in part of your notes. When we're talking about graphs, okay, and we're looking at X and Y, remember that these first digits are X's, and the second digits are Y, okay? So this represents X, this represents Y. X means we're counting to the right or we're counting to the left. I want you to realize if we are moving to the left, that means that we have a negative X. It's a negative number. If we're moving to the right, that means we have a positive X or a positive number. If it asks us to move the figure down, that means Y is negative. And if it asks us to move it up, that means that Y is positive. So when we look here, first of all, we don't see any negative numbers at all. This 0's neither negative nor positive. This is positive, 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 0. So just, you might want to write this around or in your notes so you can kind of look at it. When it says move it to the right, that means you're going to add. If you move to the left, you're going to subtract. So let's start out here. We're going to do this point right here. Let's draw this dot here. So 0, the first one's X. We start at this point, and we don't go anywhere because it's a 0. So we don't move. Now we move to this. Now we look at the second digit, which is 2. So we're going to, and since it's positive, X is positive 2. We're going to, Y, because this is Y. Y is positive. We're going to move up 2. So we're going to go 1, 2. And that is where we are going to draw our dot. It's right here, okay? Now, let's look at the second figure, okay? So the first one is X, and X moves left or right. And since it's positive, we're going to go to the right. So we're going to start here at the center and go 1, 2, 3. So now we're waiting here at the 3. We look at the second number, which is 2. That's Y. Since it's a positive Y, we're going up. So we're going 1, 2. That's where we put this dot. Now, the third point, again, X is a positive 3. So since it's positive, we're going to the right. So we're starting back here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we're waiting here to see where we need to go. And Y is 0. So we don't go up or down. We just stay where we're at here on this line. So I'm going to draw the dot there. And now I'm going to connect my dots. This is the figure. You make the lines a little bit darker. This is the figure that we drew by these coordinates. Now, it says that we need to dilate this figure by multiplying it by 3. So we're going to dilate it, enlarge it by 3. That means that we're going to draw a figure that's similar, so it's 3 times bigger than this. And the way we do that is we're going to multiply, let's put this in blue, multiply by 3, okay? So I'm going to start here. What's 3 times 0? It's 0. What's 3 times 2? It's 6. You see what I did there? All I did is take 3 times 0 is 0, and I wrote that there. 3 times 2 is 6, and I wrote that there. You might want to get your calculators to make sure you do it right. Now I want to do that same thing that I did here. I want to do it here and write that down and multiply these by 3 and write that down. So let's see here. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 0 is 0. Now I have a new set of coordinates. I'm going to write that. So I'm going to erase everything that's over here so it doesn't look more, so it's not as confusing. So now what we're going to do is take these coordinates and we're going to plot them here on our graph. So again, we start at 0 here, and x is 0, so we just stay here. So we're not moving to the right or the left because it's 0. And then the value of y here is positive 6. Positive y, we go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where I'm going to put my dot. Now let's look at the next point. This is a positive 9, and we're looking at x here. X, when it's positive, I go to the right. So I'm going to go to the right 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So I make my, So that's the y, the first part. So we're just waiting here. Okay? Then we got to go, it's a positive 6. When y is positive, do we go up or down? We go up. So at 9, we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So that's where this point is right there. Now we're going to do it for the last one. So again, we start here. When x is a positive 9, we go to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're waiting here. And where does y tell us to go, up or down? It's 0, which means we don't go up or down. We just stay here. So this is the next point. I'm going to connect them. Okay. Wow. You notice these two figures are similar. They're similar because they're not the same size, but their angles are the same. If they were congruent, that means they'd be exactly the same size, but they're not. It's been dilated, so this looks exactly like this one, except we made it bigger. Or in other words, we dilated it. And we dilated it by 3, okay? So that's how you do this problem.